Hey guys, it's Fidabulous making another video. Bet you never saw that coming because you thought he's dead. But no, I'm not dead. The reason I haven't made videos in the last 6 months, you guys, is because I have been fighting a legal battle against a crazy woman who has lied to the DA about her visit to my house when she was serving my family papers for a court case. She's saying that I assaulted her and that my assault resulted in her back injury, which made it so that she could not work for 2 months, and as a result she wants restitution for the time that she missed at work. This is all completely a lie. She knows based on the video footage from her body and her video camera on her cell phone that she took when she came to serve the papers, that she could make it look like it may or may not have happened, creating enough reasonable doubt for the DA not to be able to ignore it. Now, I have DDD, which is a degenerative disc disease in my lower back. My L4 and my L5 are deteriorated enough that most of the time I can't even sit up straight unless I'm on ibuprofen, which reduces the inflammation and pain. And I could easily walk to someone's house to deliver papers. So even if what she's saying happened injury-wise, it's impossible for that to have put her out long enough for it to I mean, like, the worst my back has ever been out was a week and I was back on my feet. What she says is she wants $5,800. It's like $5,832.35, some ridiculous number. Because in her mind, I'm assuming she thinks, oh, these rich people probably deserve it. My dad's not rich, and my dad's the one who's gonna have to pay for it now. And my dad's almost 66 years old. He's been working the same terrible job for the last 35 years, and he works 10 to 12-hour days, 5 to 6 days a week. He doesn't get enough sleep. Now he has to, take his hard-earned money and pay off some crazy extortionist woman. And so because of how terrible this has all been, I just haven't been in the mood to make videos. Just the amount of money that I have to pay back to my parents now, because accumulatively now I owe $10,000 to my parents who have paid for the lawyer fees and are going to pay for the restitution money. I'm struggling. Late last year, my stepdad was in the middle of a lawsuit with his daughter. Now, her husband died of a drug overdose, and there was $5 million of life insurance money that she stood to gain. She was so distraught about finding her husband the way that she did, because she was the one that discovered the body. She was in a bad place, not the right mindset to pursue getting the life insurance money. Her dad, which is my stepdad, her real father, offered to help her get the money. Apparently, she said, if you help me get the money, you can have half. I don't know how that all went down, but he was the one who was pretty much pushing her to get the money. You need to get this money, you need to get this money. And she was the one sort of not really caring so much. He got her the money, and when he said, give me half of it, she said, what do you mean give you half of it? I'm not giving you half. So because she kind of reneged on her end of the deal, he decided to sue her for it. That's right, her dad is now suing her for half of her dead husband's life insurance policy. My family and I never agreed with this. Why are you suing your daughter? There's other ways to work this out, not to mention the fact that you're gonna alienate your daughter and you're never gonna get to see her again either way. He wanted me and my family to be a part of the lawsuit so he could use us to qualify himself. He wanted me to be a character witness to testify that he is a good and upstanding person who deserves this money. I rejected that immediately. So instead of saying, okay, you don't want to be a part of this lawsuit, he had me subpoenaed. Now you have to do it. He had me served by this woman. Came to my place. I didn't know she was a process server. She was disguised as like a male woman and kind of did it sneaky. I didn't know she was a server, and she handed me the papers, and then she mocked me and said, ha, you got served, and pointed at me, and I was confused, and I was like, is this malicious? I was kind of angry about the fact that I was served. So I called him and I told him what happened, and he promised me that he would not involve my little sister and my mother. And lo and behold, the same woman appears at my door again with 2 envelopes, one for my mom and one for my sister, because he went back on his word, and now he's going to subpoena my mom and sister to be a part of this case. And I made her leave. I'm going to show you the footage she has submitted to the court as evidence of my supposed assault on her, which never happened. And you will see how it's not clear either way, according to the lawyers and the DA. But she basically lied to them so that she can extort money from me. So far, to defend myself against this woman's attacks, I've had to pay upwards of $6,000 in lawyer's fees, not to mention the fact that the judgment just got passed, and I will be on probation indefinitely until I can pay her off, which now means that my dad, being the protective father he is going to pay this woman off. Basically what's happening here is she's stealing money from my dad now. And the only reason she can get away with this is because in order to go to trial, I would have to risk having an assault charge on my case if I lose. And I would have to convince 12 jurors that I'm innocent. And if I cannot convince all 12 jurors, it's a mistrial, and it goes back to square one where it all starts all over again. Not to mention the fact that there would be additional lawyer fees to go to trial. Because my lawyer got the assault charge reduced to a disturbing the peace charge, which is the lowest possible misdemeanor, the deal would have cost roughly the same, and it's just the safer course. So because of the fact that our criminal justice system is so corrupt, I cannot trust that if I were to go to trial, justice would be served, even though I have not done any of the things that I've been accused of. Alright, so I'm gonna put this in a spliced form for you to look at. Here she is walking up. Now, like I said, perceptionally speaking, here, the motorhome, a boat, a house, some cars. Look at all these horses. Look at all this land. Look at how rich these people are. It's a deception. We don't have a lot of money. So here she was walking to the front door.
Hi, Lisa. I'll get her. Hi, how are you? Hey.
Don't get off my property right now. I will physically remove you from the property. Take this with you.
Nope. If you lay a hand on me.
On my property, I have the right legally
No,
to lay
I
my
have
hands
the
on
legal
you.
right
You
to
do not.
trespass.
You are
I'm
on
a
my
registered
property.
process server, and you
I asked you
have
to leave.
serious problems because you
You
just
have
touched
one
me.
more minute
You just
to get off my
touched me.
property. You came on my property uninvited. Leave now.
You talked to the attorney. You just touched me, and I'm pressing charges against you.
Show me that on.
Hi, how are you? Hey.
Don't get off my.
I'm going to cooperate, but I'm not putting the phone
If
down.
you do not put the phone down, I will take that phone out of your hands. Do you understand that?
You have no right to do that.
Hi, how are you? If you lay a hand on me, and you
I asked you
have
to leave.
serious problems because you
You
just
have
touched
one
me.
more
You just
to get off my
touched me.
property.
So when I came outside, she's holding a video camera at her chest. I don't like the fact that she's filming me at this point, and I raise my hand up to block the camera. She sees my hand come up, and as my hand comes up, she backs off and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," because obviously she doesn't want me to touch her. But my hand never came within a foot of her. I actually couldn't get close enough to touch her. And what her police report states is that I grabbed the cell phone. There was a struggle for the cell phone, and in the struggle, I cut her finger. And she submitted evidence of a picture of her finger with a cut on it. The funny thing about that was, at this point in time, I was in massage school, and we were massaging 4 out of the 5 days a week, and we're required to keep our fingernails very short and filed. If your fingernails are jagged or long, then it's uncomfortable to the person getting massaged. You could pinch them, you can like scratch them, you can cut them. So for me to have grabbed the cell phone out of her hand and cut her, there is no struggle. She turns away to walk away from me in the moment my hand comes up, but she knows that because the video footage does not show enough, and because there was shaking of the camera, it creates enough reasonable doubt for the DA to take her seriously enough to put this all into motion. And so here we are. Last week, I was sentenced to restitution, 3-year summary probation, 5 days community service, and a charge of disturbing the peace as a misdemeanor. So you've heard me say things like, in order to be a man, you need to stand up for yourself and do what's right. Know that we live in a country that has gutted men. You can't stand up for yourself, because even if you offend somebody, like I did in this case, which is the entire reason she was upset enough to do this, that along with the greed of potentially getting restitution, they can screw you. All they need is for the DA to just take them seriously enough to submit it. And you're screwed, because even if you're completely innocent, you have to hire lawyers to defend you. You have to go to court like multiple times. This is like a life-changing nightmare. When I found out about this, I had a warrant for my arrest in the mail, and I was being ordered to appear at the sheriff's station so that they can arrest me, because of the fact that when the detective called me to find out my side of the story, I missed the phone call because I was in school. And when I called them back, they didn't answer. I left a message saying I'd be happy to talk to them, anything they need, and they never contacted me again. So we panic and hire lawyers to defend me, and the lawyers get the arrest warrant dropped. But the whole thing has been such a nightmare and a money-sucking, terrible experience that I have just not been in the mood to make videos. Just know that these are the kinds of people that are out there, and do your best to look out for yourself, because all they gotta do is say that you touch them and they have this disease that when someone touches me, I can't work for 2 months, and you're screwed. Thanks for watching, you guys. I know this was a long video. I do intend on posting videos. I have been making a whole bunch of them, so I hope you guys stay tuned. Your support means the world to me. It's not the funniest video, which the next few should be. If you made it this far into the video, leave a like. It helps me a lot. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'll be coming out with new videos once a week. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you can see when I post these videos. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I'll see you soon.